Alright, everybody, welcome back to some more Sercacraft. It is I, Xilestar, and today, wow, what the, okay, whatever. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Alright, so this time we're going to be trying to finish off Lord Cube's sort of task. Okay, my headphones are pretty good. Alright, so what Lord Cube's task was is, if you kind of remember from last time, which will be easier for you guys, but it won't be easy for me because it'll be about 2 or 3 weeks, give or take. And I am a very forgetful boy. Alright. What do we need? Oh, my headphones are very quiet today. Weird. Yeah, so we are looking for... we're looking for something to live for as a catalyst in order to return back Rosaria base. But modern life, so that... So, okay, so let's see here. So we need something that's like... an infant or an egg. An infant or an egg. Yeah, infant or an egg. Infant or an egg. So it can't be chicken because that doesn't make any sense. It's more of a modern life thing. It can't be sea turtle because, again, that's more modern-ish compared to that. So I have a feeling that it might have to do with the archaeology mechanic, but I'm not 100% sure of which. Wait, isn't there a new mob we can get a hold of? I think there is. I think there's a new mob we can get. Also, yes, very few changes have actually happened since the last time. Obviously, one thing you can clearly see right here, the entire floor has changed. I chose a darker color because this is supposed to be like where like cargo and stuff like that goes. So it could be like certain areas get swept more often. So like this area gets swept more often, and around here, and blah blah blah. And of course, each and every one of these doors is now changed to a copper. I kind of like this thing because it looks like it's pointing so in two different directions, so I like it. And these are non-waxed, so you know you can chip them if you want or not. Doesn't matter. From what I think, yeah, this is still that's still not the right one. And I still haven't done this yet, but don't worry, that'll be something I do in between after this recording. And of course, I've changed the ceiling here in two different ways. One, I actually changed the design, and then when I changed the design, I thought it looked kind of weird, so I also changed it to be one more down. As you can clearly see, like right here, it has been changed. So the ceiling has actually come down by one block. So there's that as well. Also, I changed the size of this little storage area and this little area over here as well. So it looks a little bit more uniform, and it looks a lot better than what it was before. I've also changed all of the redstone, so now these doors aren't redstone doors anymore. But that doesn't really matter because I was never going to use them as redstone doors unless we were in 1.12, then where those redstone doors would be actually very usable. So I changed this one to water, which looks really, really nice. Although I will say, though, that because it's water, it doesn't really look as good because we are in the warm tropical area. So like I'll show you what I mean. So we're in the warm ocean, so technically it's not going to look as good as like a very vibrant blue or something like that. It's like a very bright blue, so it's not really that great looking. And of course, these ones I've changed to lava. I think there is it this? Or is it on the opposite side? And maybe I've changed it. I don't know. But one of these signs has lava dripping. Oh no, I changed it to magma. That's why. Yeah, I changed it to magma, so it's not dripping anymore. But yeah, so like these columns now are of lava. Very, very cool. And down here, I've also changed as well. Changed it very slightly, though. I didn't change it in a more dramatic way. Changed it very slightly. So this one has the whole roof thing again. Like this whole idea has been shifted over. I forgot to do this, but don't worry, that can be done. I did get rid of the little staircase here. Yeah, I did get rid of the staircase there because I thought it looked kind of weird, like that it was still here. And then now I got to get rid of this one, which is fine. Not that big of a deal. And the ceiling has now been changed to this kind of design, which I kind of like. I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. I think it looks really good. And of course, for this, I've actually tried lowering this down by 1, as you'll see. Like, there's remnants of me turning it down by 1. As unfortunate as it is, it doesn't look good when this is being decreased by 1, and even this doesn't really look that great, so I chose not to continue that, and I chose to replace it all back in, which took a while, but hey, it's fine. And yeah, so another big change that I did, and this I have to say I did it in single player because there's no way I was going to do it in no way I was going to do it here because it would have taken way too long. All of the white concrete that you see here, or that you would see there, has now been changed to calcite. I know how much calcite has been replaced, so I will be farming that on my own time, pretty much. I think it said it was around 3,000 or 4,000. No, I think it was like, was it 1,000? I think it was like 1,200 calcite was replaced. It was like close to that. I think it was like 1173 or something like that. So yeah, so this looks a lot better than just white concrete. To be honest, I love this. It gives it color, it gives it texture, gives it so many good things that makes it look so much better than what it was before, that I absolutely love it. Now what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be searching for warm ocean things, but first I want to make sure that no phantoms kind of go against us. So let's go do that. Let's go sleep. And with that, that's it. All right, so there's only a very few changes I need to make with Arcanix, so that I can say that, like, we're done with the Sercacraft for a little bit. Oh yeah, I should have probably tried to find that rocket box. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so I went around looking yesterday to find some locations of the areas. Which is probably why I only have like very few rockets. There we go. Let's see here. So I need to head towards this direction. Yeah, so that direction, and we need to head towards this direction. Okay. Shouldn't be too far. Should be relatively close. Oh, went a little too far, I think. Yep, went a little too far. All right, so it's over here then. Hmm. Let's see here. Oh no, we need to head over here. Okay, so it should be around here then. That might be it. Ooh, very laggy today. I just restarted the server though, but I didn't restart my computer, so that could be why we're experiencing this lag issue. Alright, so let's see what we have here. So, of course, we have to go... I'm guessing we have to go through this archaeology stuff. I got a wooden hoe. Cool. I got a buried treasure map. Nice. That's nothing. Alright. Does this have any chance of creating that, the sand that I'm looking for? The suspicious sand, or no? Doesn't look like it. Oh, here we go. Makes it sound like there's actually an enemy around here that's actually gonna, like, whoop my butt. Trying to keep an eye out. any suspicious sand, which I think this is. Ooh, we got a pottery sherd. All right. Okay. Another one. Ooh, we got an angler and we got shelter. That's pretty cool. Are we getting another one? I was gonna say sand. It's not sand. It's coal. All right. Not seeing anything here. So, ooh, wait. There's another one right here. Another one. Wait. Oh yeah, that's another angler one. All right. I'm not seeing anything. So yeah. So let's mine that block. We'll mine that block. I'm trying to make sure like I can not get rid of any of the suspicious sand, but unfortunately, because this shovel is a bit fast, that might not be the case. Yeah, I think that's it for that one. All right. So I only found 3 locations. I have a feeling that my one of my friends was actually like probably going around mining them. And I'm not saying that they don't need they're not allowed to, but like, you know, I kind of hope that they would have just kind of left my area alone. Is that an air pocket? No, it's not an air pocket. Okay. Ooh. There we go. We got another one here. All right, what do we have here? So I have no idea of the rarity of it, to be honest. I don't know how rare the not the pottery sherd, but like I don't have no idea how rare the egg that I'm looking for is. I have a feeling it's probably going to be like a 1% thing. And if that is the case, we're going to be here for a decently long time. Because there's no way I'm going to get it like insanely quick. I don't know if I broke another suspicious thing. No! I did it again. I did the one thing I shouldn't have done. Yeah, unfortunate. Alright, I think that's it. This area, it's been picked pretty much clean. I'm not really seeing much of anything. Unless this actually does have something, which wouldn't really surprise me, to be honest. I mean, I'll get rid of a layer. We'll see if it spit out a suspicious sand or two. I don't think so, though. I think this might be a building that's not part of that system. Or a part of that generation. Which is weird, though, to be honest, because of the fact that, like, this is a part of the worm thing and blah, blah, blah. So it's like, it should have it. But I guess not. Anyway. That's this area done. Hang on. Let me switch to a different image. Okay. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this, right? Yeah, I'm looking for this. Okay. Get out of here. Alright, there we go. So we got a really long way over here. Okay. I should definitely get a mod that'll show my coordinates or something like that. But then again, we we have technically no rules about like stuff like that. So, like if you have a mod that allows you to show your coordinates, hey, be our guest, you're allowed. But like the thing is that like if it's not considered your main base, it is like it can be attacked, and you really don't want to have like too many bases lying around because then if one of them gets attacked, you're like, hey, wait, which one? Which one of my bases got attacked? So yeah, so the hunt of trying to get the what's it called, the ogre ousting stuff for my the teal mask, so I could finally do that final complete is not going well. After 2 days of trying to find just random people online to kind of help me out is not very good. And one of the things that I don't like about it in particular, and I think this might be just because of Pokemon trying to stick towards the whole hey, you go with this with your friends kind of situation instead of going with people that like either don't have friends that have the game, or they don't have friends, or that they don't have friends that have the game in particular. Because when you're trying to go into an online match or an online ogre hosting thing, you need to have like the link code in order for you to join that game in particular. So yeah, so I'm gonna try again next weekend because like literally this weekend I literally gave it 2 days and I got no progress on it. I gave it about 8 hours a day pretty much, just trying to look for people. I went on 2 different discords that have an ogre ousting thing. I went and like asked people, hey, like I need help getting the fairy feather, which I think is the normal difficulty thing, and the shiny munchlax, which is the hard difficulty reward. And literally, I got nobody yesterday. I got one person. No, I got no people the day before. I got one person. I got 2 people yesterday, but then they didn't have anything unlocked, so they couldn't really help. So I was like, "Are you like I understand that people like to help people, but like when you don't have everything unlocked, why are you like trying to help people?" Yeah, I'm staying as far away from this as much as possible, just so I can actually see the sand. No, that was a special sand. I saw it the last second. Is that one too? No. And I read it. Wait. I know there was an update that said though that like the gravel doesn't spawn here, but this area might have been spawned before that change though happened. It's going one more lower. I was really hoping we would at least find one. And then maybe on the off chance we might have found 2, but it looks like oh, we're not gonna win, are we? Alright. Where's the last location? But yeah, so like I've tried to spend a bunch of time trying to find people that would end up helping me with the ogre ousting stuff, trying to get the final ogre, like not ogre ousting, but the final teal mask video done. So though I can just finish off Scarlet and Violet, well, Pokemon Scarlet pretty much, for at least a good little bit until December 14th, where I would have to find a method or find a way to at least record it and not feel very tired. Because I'm gonna be very busy in the early morning for December 14th, and then by the time I get home, it'll be about like 8 or 9 o'clock, I think, or something like that. No, wait, it's on a Thursday, isn't it? It's on a Friday or a Thursday, so I think it'll be. Yeah, I think it's on a Thursday. So yeah, so like it's not gonna be too bad, but like I'm gonna be very very tired. I'm gonna do like because not only do I have to record for an hour. Okay, so here's the logistics for it too. I have to record for an hour. I have to sit here and edit, and for some odd reason now, whoa, my Nintendo Switch now videos now take about an hour or like a half an hour to render each. So I'm guessing something happened. Either it doesn't like Scarlet and Violet or something else. So hooray for that. So that's another thing. But yeah, but due to that like kind of situation though, it gets very annoying though when you have like because now that I have to record for an hour and 4 minutes to get 4 videos though it's ready for the day of and for the next day, but I also have to sit here render about 2 videos before I even get a chance to get some sleep. But even if I get those 2 videos rendered, I have to get them making sure that they're uploaded or that they're ready for uploading. And by ready to be uploaded, I mean like get their titles and get their stuff. So like literally, if that day comes around and the titles don't seem very like I don't want to say well done, but they're not as like there's not as interesting. You know why? I am half asleep and I am just trying to get some sleep, pretty much. I might even just leave them blank until I wake up and then I'll change the titles. But I find that will be a little bit too far. So I might just give it my all and try and get it to work. But yeah, but all the Pokemon and all that stuff are all ready to go for the DLC. It's just like I just need the DLC to be uploaded or not uploaded, but needs to be available so I can actually do it. Is that it? No, it's just a little hill underwater. For some odd reason. There it is. Hey there, buddy. Bye, buddy. No, I need that. Thank you. I'm hoping that this is actually the area in which I can get it. I'm gonna be very angry if this is actually not the area. Did I just get 2 emeralds before I got it? Oh my word! What is the loot table for this area then? Okay. Okay, I can't tell if this is one. No, nothing's coming out. All right. And yeah, this one was a big dud. Yeah, big dud. Yep, big dud. Nothing here. Okay. Well, that sucks. Spent about 3 hours finding those 3 locations, and I got nowhere with them. Got a copper ingot. That's pretty incredible, but nothing that'll help me right now. I have no idea what it's doing right now. Is there anything? Maybe it's because I'm still remoting in to cube. That might be why it's lagging. Let me just turn that off real quick and see if that actually changes anything. Anything else? Sure, we can take that off. Don't think it's going to change anything. What am I getting hurt by? Oh. We'll see if it will lag now. Technically we shouldn't, but hey. Eh. So, yeah, so while I'm speaking of this, pretty much nothing has been done for the 1.21 base, which I already have a plan for, or a plan of how we're going to do it. So, yeah. So I don't want to reveal it right off the bat because it's not going to be fair. Because, like, out of all this time and preparation for it, it's like, if I don't keep it at least a little bit of a mystery for just a little while, but I already have a rules set that I have for it right now, so it's all good. Like, don't get me wrong, it will be revealed sooner. It will be revealed soon. Hey, look, another one. Is this where we're... I left it's going to be the one that I haven't got coordinates for. Is where we actually get the egg that I'm trying to get a hold of. Yeah, I think for personal usage... Do I not have anything that can create light? Even just like a little bit of light, though. Wait. This is lukewarm. It might not even count. Oh, I moved the shovel out of here. All right. A fishing rod with lure 1. Thank you. Anyway. But yeah, so like I already have plans for like the future of the series. So like 1.22 and all that other stuff. So it's going to be a mixture of what we're currently doing right now and what we did in 1.17. So where we restarted from scratch, because like this is something that's again a little bit behind the scene, but then again it's more of what you guys are seeing as well. So I guess it's not really behind the scenes that much. So we got it. Please give me another one. Please give me another one. If you give me another one, I can breed them. And then technically, Lord Cube won't be angry. Because I still got the egg legitimately. Like, I didn't trade it or anything. Like that. Like, I didn't trade for the egg at all. And if worst case scenario, I'm going to have to trade, like, a bunch of diamonds specifically to go get it. Even though we like to use gold and emerald, some of us still use diamonds. I'll have to see if my friend has it. If not, he'll probably only have, like, one sniffer or something like that, and then we'll have to go hunting for more sniffers. Wait, if we only have to go hunting for one more sniffer. Maybe I might hold off on it, but I don't want to hold off on it too long, though. Because in case 1.21 gets released, or not gets not that it's going to get released, like, out of nowhere, but, like, when they start posting, like snapshots and all that stuff, I don't want to still have this looming in the background, pretty much. I want to have, I want to make sure that Pixelmon Adventures is the one that's still on the chopping block for it. Because as I've said many times for the Pixelmon Adventures, though, like if I were to have the series on, like if like Pixelmon Adventures will always take the sideline for Sercacraft. But I think for Minecraft 1.21, depending on what they add, if they don't add anything too drastic, I'm not saying in the realms of Minecraft 1.18 kind of drastic. But like if they barely add any features, then we might just do like 3 sessions of it and then go right back. But if it is like an update like this, we might do a little bit more, but we won't do too much. Because again, I find that like for these versions, I've noticed it a lot with when we were playing not really much of 1.16, because 1.16 was more so just trying to get my bearings specifically for more so getting my bearings around just recording while I'm playing. But like in the case of like 1.17, I had a very enjoyable time just earning materials, getting them at the same time, and right? And then for 1.18, we only had like 1 session specifically, and that was only to get the music disc, the other side music disc. That was really the only reason why we ended up having that 1 session, was because that music disc was really good and I really wanted it. So I went and got it. And then for 1.19, sure, we had a very long time, but then again, look at how long each and every session was. There were only about 6 videos, and if you know my upload schedule, that's about 3 days worth of videos going out. And that's like not a lot of time for me to go and end up enjoying like a Minecraft version, to be honest. And because some of the crazy adventures that we have off screen sometimes when we're just farming for certain things are much more enjoyable than me just recording me just doing random things. There's only one reason why I don't actually record those times, is because my friend does not want to be like recorded. So I respect his privacy, privacy, however you want to pretty much pronounce it. So I respect him in that way. So I choose not to record it. But if he said he didn't care, then obviously I would. Or at least one of them doesn't. It doesn't matter if I record it or not, but the other one does. So I respect his privacy, so I choose not to. Now, it's not because like you guys can use IP or something like that from tab. As you can see, you only see my character name and blah blah blah. But the only thing is that like he doesn't want anybody that he knows in real life. Even though I keep telling him though, like my channel's very small, nobody's gonna recognize it. But he goes, just in case in the future though, he doesn't want to get like sort of that sideline, not sideline. What is it? It's like fame, but only fame by association, pretty much. We're back here again. Yep, we're back here again. So it's not. So it's like if he were to start his own YouTube channel or start his own Twitch channel or something like that, he doesn't want to be like, "Hey, you're that one guy from this one guy's YouTube channel." It's like, no, that's not how I want to be recognized as. I want to be recognized as my own individual, rather than being recognized by like, hey, you were with this guy, right? And again, I respect that. But a lot of times, usually, it's because there's a lot of private things that are happening behind him, pretty much. Like, you know, people talking, his family talking, his and all that such. So it's like he doesn't want their voices also to be heard, because again, getting sort of their permission, they'll be very confused. Like, who's recording us? Like they'll think of it as a malicious thing, right? So he's like, nah, it's just... Seriously? No, you don't deserve to live. I was minding my own business. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to go with, I'm not seeing any more. As unfortunate as it is. So yeah, so while I do have friends that say they don't really care though, it's like, but a lot of the times though, we're on a Discord call, and like there will be one of them that's like, "Oh, don't record me," and then it's like, well, then I can't really record then, because if one says no, sorry guys, no recording. That's why a lot of these videos though, like while I still have, like while this is on a server, but I'm the only one on, is because of, well, the time, pretty much, because I have my own schedule to kind of go by. I'm usually on at weird times than everybody else, so obviously I'm usually always alone. But not only that, though, even if we were, like, even if like all three of us were like online at the same time, though, one of them doesn't want to be recorded, so you know I can't really record that either. And because I can't record that, there's very little footage that it needs to get done, and then I get more stressed because I have to go make up 6 videos. This time I'm not really stressed. This time I think I only have like, I think I just started uploading, I think the latest session, I think. So I'm still good with videos though, but I just wanted to give an update, and hopefully we can finish off Lord Q's mission. And there we go. And that's pretty much that. So my Oblivion mod, I finally fixed a lot of the issues. I haven't fixed one issue with the Nebula Rift Ring, but then again, I fixed many other issues, so it's fine. I also changed a lot of the mechanics of the conjure spells. So that was really fun to make or to get working. One of the major features that I changed was that instead of you always getting the clothing version of the armor, I actually gave you armor of the like an actual armor of the stuff. So in the case, I think no, Minecraft, I don't have a good example for it. Or at least not right now. I think that's my later build. I'm gonna do that. But anyway. But yeah, so like what it does now is that whenever you attempt to conjure the armor, it is going to scan your character to find out which of the skills between heavy and light, whatever is stronger. Because whichever one is stronger, that's what the armor is going to be. So if your light armor is better than your heavy armor, well, you're getting the light armor. And then the hood is going to be the heavy armor. Because, well, you still want to work on both, right? So there's that too. The only difference is that, like, I haven't really changed the armor rating of the light armor and the heavy hood, pretty much. So pretty much they're just as strong as the heavy armor and the light hood, pretty much. The only difference is that their armor thing that they take. And I thought that for some odd reason that yeah, I thought that for some odd reason though that like Oblivion had more than just more perks specifically for like the heavy and light armor, similar to how Skyrim is. Now I know I haven't played Skyrim for the channel yet. It is planned, but if you don't know much about the Skyrim art like heavy armor system, allow me to explain. So for heavy armor in general, there is something you gotta know is that like there's different perks in the heavy and light armor that make it very interesting. Heavy armor, I believe, I don't remember exactly how it works to the letter. I'd have to either read up on it again or something odd like and something else like that. But from what I remember is that if you're wearing a full set of if you're wearing a full set of heavy armor, or you're wearing heavy armor gauntlets or something like that, their armor rating goes onto your like unarmored damage. And I don't know if that's right, or half of your half of your heavy armor rating goes to your your damage, pretty much. It's like something like that. Anyway, so pretty much, like I thought that Oblivion had similar perks to that. It doesn't. All it is like, oh, your heavy armor and light armor get degraded less often than they would normally be because there's a repair mechanic in Oblivion. And oh, your armor doesn't weigh you down nearly as much. And it's like, okay, like that's pretty cool. And what else? It's like, you want something else? It's like, you're looking for something else? It's like, I'm sorry, man. Like, we thought that we were being very nice about all this stuff. So yeah, so I really thought that Oblivion had more to give towards heavy and light armor, but they doesn't. But I also thought about it in a different way too. So when I play the Oblivion mod playthrough, and even the Oblivion modded playthrough for that matter, uh, it becomes too easy whenever your armor doesn't degrade at all. And by that I mean like if your armor doesn't have like a health bar pretty much and is like invincible. So even like the wings of the traveler here and the carved pumpkin, like if I were to enchant this, and this is unbreakable by the way. So if this is unbreakable and if I enchant this to be just as powerful as this, let's say, or just as powerful as like the wings of the eternal, then at what point does me having armor even matter? When does it matter? Because literally, if I can literally have just about anything I really like, if I can have armor that pretty much makes me unkillable, then at what point does the game become unfun? So that's why I chose to hide it behind a variable inside of my mod. And the only way that that variable gets used is by a special book that is hidden within the mod. Mind you, I know where it is, so it's not really that well hidden, but still, like the premise is still there though. In order for me to activate this special clothing version of the armor, I myself have to activate it. It's manually activated, pretty much. Like you yourself have to actively go for the book, actively click on the right number, because there's two settings for it. But to be fair, it doesn't really matter. Because the number is automatically set to 0, but the book can set it to 1, 2, or 0. Doesn't really matter because once you set it to, I think if you set it to 1, it'll still do it. I might have to double check the code though. I might have done an oopsie with it. So, I'll have to go fix that up. But again, though, like even if I did go with that broken problem, it doesn't necessarily matter. Hey, that looks pretty interesting. Looks like a cocoon. Oh, that's really cool. But anyway, yeah, like that's the kind of thing though that like I obviously like about my mod is that like I'll find these little errors and it's like, oh great, like I gotta go fix it, and it's like it's just a slight little tweak and stuff like that. It's very nice. But for the most part, it's all done. I just restructured the resources folder in the textures by deleting it pretty much and just moving everything between 3 different folders, I think. Or not really 3 different folders, I think between 2 folders and just leaving them out and about until I figure out where to actually stash the other one. Or stash the other ones. It's because I found out that in the normal Oblivion textures folder, wood is actually out and about all on its own, which I thought was very interesting. So what I did is that I did the exact same thing with my folder of wood and metal and glass, and I think there's another one too. I feel like I'm missing one. And the problem is that I feel like I'm missing it, but I feel like I'm not at the same time. But yeah, so like I made a folder specifically for furniture, so that's all the like anything that's considered furniture. My way. There you are, buddies. Wow. Aw, he's very nice. Anyway, yeah, so like I have to pretty much change a lot of my meshes to fit this new structure, which is fine. It has not affected the current build that we've used, so don't get me wrong. Like if I were to use, let's say, like if I wanted to play Oblivion modded playthrough, it's not going to affect it in any way, shape, or form. It shouldn't. It shouldn't affect it, but if it does, I still have a backup of the version that we used last time, so it's not that big of a deal. I might just have to change the ESP not ESP, the ESM a little bit to fit the new changes that I've made internally in the mod. But other than that, yeah, it's fine. It's working fine and all fine and dandy. So I'm hoping that I can finish the Ogre ousting next weekend. I'll try and push it for today. I like for this week. I doubt it because literally I only have about 2 hours to myself to do anything, and usually I spend it on trying to do as much work I can with my Oblivion mod and my and Sercacraft, obviously, for right now. And then eventually it'll have to change because I can't actually keep doing that over and over again. Because not only will it be too tiring, but it'll just be too much for me to handle. And another thing that I wanted to mention though too is that like I think I've said this maybe before. I'm not quite sure if I said it on here yet. But I did receive I did get a new tablet that I can use for helping out with recording for Google searching and all that stuff. If you if you have ever watched my Nayroom series, you'll know that I use my tablet a lot during that series in particular, and that's because like my tablet, I could easily just search up something and just go, okay, let's see here, blah 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 blah. It's like, oh, okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for, and then go and do whatever I really need to for that. But unfortunately, though, like my tablet was very, very old, and not only that, it was very, very slow at doing what I wanted it to do. So instead, I sort of put it on the back burner and just said, you know what, I'll upgrade it whenever I can. So I'm now able to finally upgrade it. So I was able to get it into a much better position. The only problem is that I need to upgrade the external drive. So in about 2 days, I believe. Is it 2 days? Is it 2 days? Yeah, in 2 days, I will be buying the Hori Turbo controller specifically for my Switch, so that I can grind the Academy Ace tournament, so that I can actually, get a bunch of money, be able to, so though if they add more clothing options to, what do you call it? Add more clothing options to, when my brain decides to actually catch up, for the Indigo disc, I can be able to buy them. And not to mention though that I can also do it specifically for the teal mask ones too. So though like if it's too much for me to buy with I think I have 1,000,000 Poké Dollars right now, uh I'll have that as a backup. So right for that nonsense, pretty much, right? The the only other thing I can think of right now that's actually needing of updating is that no, I think that's it. To be honest. Oh, by the way, I have gotten an update on the I think I might have said it here. I may have said it on Pokemon Crystal. I may be wrong on this, but I did send an email to a seller of a homebrew Nintendo Switch service last weekend. Yeah, last weekend on Sunday at like 5 in the morning because I was up at 5 in the morning, and I sent them a message and I didn't hear back from them, and just randomly out of the blue on Thursday, I thought maybe I should check my spam folder. So I checked my spam folder and they replied within 3 hours of me sending my questions. And I was like, why is this in the spam folder in general? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So I got to reply to them because they gave me an extra question to ask, which is weird. Oh, yes, a town. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, so they gave me an extra question to ask pretty much. So I'm going to go ask them that. And yeah. So pretty much whenever they, so hopefully that they'll answer me pretty quick like they did before. I mean, within 3 hours is not that bad. They must not either. Their homebrew like Nintendo Switch selling game pretty much is not that much. Like it's not like a booming business pretty much, but like still though, like it's very expensive for where I am. Pretty much it's probably like about I think it's like $100 or something like that. I think more than what you would spend in the U.S. I think it's like $500. I think in the U.S. or something like that. But in Canada, where I am, oh my word, it's like almost $1,000 to get like the maximum like capacity like micro SD card, which is a terabyte for it. And I'm just like sitting here going like, are you freaking joking? Like that's a lot of money for just a micro SD card. So that's why one of my questions was, hey, if I buy the cheapest one that you guys have, which is 128 gigs, which is really interesting, can I upgrade it on my own? And they're like, yes, but you can, but we're gonna need to have like a like I can either send you a detailed guideline of it, or like we could have a video or voice chat, and then you can do it. It's like, oh, okay. And another one was about, I think the other question was about shipping information, or not shipping information, but like shipping time, like how long will it take for it to be into like from US to Canada pretty much. And they just told me that it'll take about I think extra 10 days or something like that. So I was like, that's not that bad. I don't mind. It's not a matter of like, hey, it's a lot of money. It's like I understand though, like for the original version of the Nintendo Switch, there's a very limited stock of it. So like them trying to be very sensible about it, but also trying to earn money from actually being able to get more to so that they can sell more kind of thing. Like I understand that, but like it's almost like I could get two OLED like Nintendo Switches with the same amount of cost, pretty much. Actually, I don't know how much the OLED one costs where I am, but I know for the fact that the original one, I could buy two of them and I'd still have money. I still have a little bit of chump change left over. Oh, also, I'll be upgrading my Nintendo Switch micro SD card storage, which is pretty much how my tablet's micro SD storage is being updated. Pretty much, is that I'm going to be upgrading my Nintendo Switch. So right now, my Nintendo Switch is at 512 gigs. I know this is a stupid decision, but I'm going to be upgrading it to 1 terabyte. even though I don't really need to. And the worst part about it is that I'm going to be upgrading it to be the SanDisk special Nintendo Switch branded ones, which I know very stupid, but you know what? They look cool, and you know what? The 1 TB one looks actually pretty nice. The one thing I don't understand though is that like they don't go with multiple designs for different versions, which is very sad for like for me to see it too. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there are different versions of the SanDisk one. Like one will be Animal Crossing, one will be Legend of Zelda theme, and then one will be like Mario theme. But yet for like I understand though for different versions, it's good to know. Like if you see the Mario one, you're like that only comes in 128 gigs. So the fact that this one's selling it for 256 is a lie. It's a sham. But again though, why is there like why is there in need of why is there there's a Mario Mushroom one, I think that's only 128 gigs or something like that. It's 128 or 256 gigs. But why doesn't it go up to 512? We know there's a 512 SanDisk version. That's I think Animal Crossing, or the 1 TB, which is what I'm going to be getting, which is Legend of Zelda themed. Like, why isn't there a Mario themed one? Why isn't there an Animal Crossing one themed? Like, this is the kind of thing though that like I don't understand in my own sort of way. Is that like I don't understand why they don't just why they limit it to the amount of like this shenanigans pretty much. Oh, the only benefit between the Nintendo Switch, or no, the only benefit of me getting the other version is that I'm getting a slightly faster card by like 70 megabytes, I think, or something like that, 60, 70 megabytes, and it's cheaper. I think the one that I saw was like with adapter as well, so you can connect it to your computer and stuff like that. So same capacity, higher speed, and lower cost. That's the difference. But it's just a basic SanDisk design with it. I think it's just gray and red, which is not really my favorite. So unfortunate. It's like light gray and red, I think. Not a great looking card, to be honest. But hey. But I also understand why the ones that are like the Nintendo Switch ones cost more. Is that because they have a brand going behind it as well, kind of thing? So like not only are you buying a SanDisk product, but you're also getting one that's backed by Nintendo at the same time. So you're getting like double the brand, and not only that though, there's heavy restrictions on the cards themselves, so that they will work specifically for one device, which is very dumb, to be honest. They shouldn't necessarily have it that way, if that makes sense. So they shouldn't have it so though they shouldn't have it so though like these SanDisk drives will only work like this SanDisk drive is specifically only for the Nintendo Switch. It's like, wait, why? Like, why don't you make the SanDisk drive work with every other device that's out there instead of just making it specifically for the Nintendo Switch? Which is true, it works for all devices. Like, which is not true. It does work for all devices though, but the speeds probably aren't the greatest for the other devices though. Because again, they specifically downgraded the speeds so that it would only be beneficial to the Nintendo Switch. And it's not saying though that like if you were to get the non Nintendo Switch one, it's not going to work. It is, but the system itself throttles the actual speeds of the card itself. So we'll only take the benefits of the let's say 80 80 megabyte read and write, pretty much. It's kind of like how I questioned about my old tablet because I wanted to upgrade its micro SD card from, I think it was 64 gig, I think at that time. It was either 32 or 64, I think. But at that time, I didn't really have much money to throw in on cards like that. So before I bought a 256 gig cards for that tablet, I wanted to make sure that the tablet would be able to load that space. So I look at the original Amazon seller page, pretty much, or the original like product page, pretty much, and it said that it holds up to 200 gigs of the micro SD storage. Okay, but what does it mean by up to 200? That doesn't make any sense to me because it's either 128 or it's 256. There's no in between. So I got very confused by this. So I went to the customer support of the tablet company that I had, which was Samsung, which is what this one is too, Samsung. So I went to Samsung's support page, and then they told me that first of all, I'm contacting them about a Canadian product instead of an American product. So they had no information for me. I was very confused because I thought I was on the Canadian page. But I asked if they could still help me in a way, and they said, nope, we cannot. We can only tell you to go to the Canadian page. So I go, okay, can you direct me to them? So I think he said he could. I think they said they couldn't, or they said like it's not that hard to get to there. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I went to the Canadian page, and so I asked the guy. So I asked the guy on the Canadian part the same question, which is this: if I were to install a 256 drive on this tablet model, pretty much, because I'm thinking of getting a 256 gigabyte thing. So I have a question: is that like of the interaction of what would happen if I were to install this said micro SD card? Will it either not work in general because it is too over the capacity, or will it work but you can't go over the like you can't like it'll only have 200 gigabytes accessible, so you'll just lose out on the 56 gigs pretty much. And I can't remember exactly what response he had. I think he said like it was like you'll just lose the 56 gigs, and I said, oh, okay, thank you. Either way, it was worth having because if I were to get the 128, it was like what, saving $10, I think. So I was like, there's no point saving $10 for like, and plus it's not like I was going to keep the tablet for too long. I was going to upgrade it anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So I chose to upgrade my tablet storage to that, and then it worked. It loaded all. Guess what? 256 gigs. So even that employee didn't even know what was going on. So I was even more confused. But I said, whatever. I loaded everything I wanted on that drive, and that's as far as I care. Did I really need 256 gigs? No. I just wanted to make sure though, like, the drive was as big as it can possibly be. Like, even this new tablet can store up to like a terabyte. And I'm only gonna go half the capacity of that. But if I ever do want to upgrade it, I have seen SanDisk having their 1 terabyte thing for only like $120. So it's not that big of a deal. That's like I think $50 less than I think spending on just this tablet alone. So it's also weird though because like for that original tablet, it was years ago though, so it's a little bit more biased kind of thing of how much I spent for it. But I think now it would probably be worth like $50, kind of like $50 kind of thing. But like for now, but back then it was like $200. I think it was like $200. And the case that I got for it was like $20 as well. So for $220, I got like not I don't want to say small tablet. It's like I don't really know how to word it though, to be honest. That doesn't sound like it's too small. Deep ocean? Yeah. Ow. Jerk. really seeing any cool gravel. Come on, drop down. Yeah, nope. I'm not really seeing anything. Here, I'm guessing the cold one or the deep oceans don't have anything. All right, that's fine. Guess I'm not wasting my time on that. But yeah, but I just wanted a tablet because I was getting sick and tired of playing like a phone, like a game on my phone, and then having my phone like die every 10 seconds because I was playing this game way too long. Even though I had like an Android emulator on my computer, but my computer could barely run the emulator itself, so I was like, I'm gonna go get a tablet because I'm smart, and I think that the tablet will be a better idea. And while the tablet lagged on the game as well, it wasn't into the same. It wasn't in the same way as the computer was. Like it didn't lag in the same way that that did. So I was like, okay, you know what? This is it's more tolerable. I can't remember what the game was called though, too. But yeah, like I had a very fun time playing it though. And then later on, that tablet just started to be very very slow, probably because like it was at like Android version 6 or something like that. And then I found out that like there's a Android version that you can make your micro SD card your actual like pretending it as to be your internal storage, so everything gets sent there instead. And I thought, hey, that's an amazing idea because I can easily just buy like like an upgrade for that. So I said, hey, how do I do that? So I found instructions on how to do it. My tablet is one version underneath. I think it was like version like 8 or something like that, and then my tablet was like 7.9 or something like that. Like it was like literally one version number behind, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I was like, well, that's fine. That's fun. So I was literally like stuck with a very outdated tablet that I couldn't upgrade at all. Bye. Did I get anything cool from her? I didn't. I didn't get anything cool from the witch. Hey, I got a trident. Nice. Ha. There's a joke for you. Aww. Run. Oh, I'm not used to the trident. What blew up? What did you do? What? That was weird. Did the trident even come back to me? No, it didn't. I saw my character pick it up, though. Anyway. Yeah, so like I'm gonna try and get my homebrew switch as quickly as possible. The thing is that like I might be able to get it tomorrow, like on the 15th to buy it, but I don't think it'll be here by that time though. Like I don't think like it'll be here by the time that like the indigo disc comes out. So even then, I probably won't even use it for that, to be honest. And as I said, the only thing that you use the homebrew switch for is just to have like a legitimate like internal backup of everything. Just to have a local backup specifically, because if you have ever seen the I almost said the local news, but like news of what happened when they put in what was it, Pokemon Go integration for the Vivillons, it would cause people's games to crash, but not only crash, but corrupt their saves. So, you know what would prevent this? A local or a cloud save backup. Oh, wait, Pokemon games don't support cloud saving. But then what's the point of us paying for $20 a year or whatever for this feature that you're not that Game Freak is not even using? Like, I understand it's to prevent save scumming, so though instead of you just trading away your Koraidon or Miraidon to somebody else and then just going, oh look, I need to refresh my save because I lost my legendary or because of a glitch or whatever. It's like, yeah, like I understand that, but again, you have people that are going to abuse it, and you have people that are not going to abuse it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I had cloud saving kind of ruin my Diablo 3 because of the fact that for Sword and Shield, I used to play it with my Switch clock all over the place, and I turned off cloud saving for most of the games because, well, I didn't want it to back up every little second because a lot of the stuff that I was doing uh, said, oh, while you're doing it, if you have cloud saves, it'll break the whole process. So I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to turn it off for a second. So this is how I lost my 2 level 70 characters, by the way. So what I did is that I ended up playing Diablo 3, and I got my wizard and my monk to be level 70 and having a fun time playing them. So I thought that was pretty good. So I was having a very fun time with them. And then when I got my new Switch, which is the Switch that I'm currently using right now, I had to migrate everything over to that one. Because if you didn't know, though, like, you have to slowly move everything one at a time. So when my new Switch became my new home personal Switch that like Nintendo would recognize, it looked at my saves time, and it looked at the cloud saves, and it says, hey, wait a minute. You're using an old save rather than a current save. Would you like to replace it? Or would you like to replace it with this latest save that we have here? So I thought that they were being very genuine. So I thought, oh, did I accidentally grab an old version of my save rather than a new one? So I said, okay. So I said, yeah, let me go use the cloud save version. So I go and use the cloud save version, and it has the wizard at level 7 or something like that, and my monk is nowhere to be found. And the sad thing is that my monk and my wizard were level 70, and they were almost done the main story. There is like 5 acts in the game. If you haven't watched Diablo 3 on my channel, I want to say you should, but there's a lot of issues with that series. Anyway, so there's like 5 acts in the game. I've got to finish Act 4. So I was like on the final part of the game, and then it reset the entire progress of my wizard, and my monk is nowhere to be found, and even their equipment was nowhere to be found either. So I was like, great. So I was having a blast figuring out how to get it to work again, and then, but you know what would have saved me? Local backups. Also having local backups, and not being very dumb and thinking that, like, oh, the cloud saving is perfect in this situation. No, it's not. Like, it's partly my fault, and it's partly like, I don't want to say Nintendo's fault. It's more so like their software fault kind of thing. For telling me though, like, oh yeah, the dates are different. It's like, what about the size of the file? No. The dates are different. I don't think they should tell you the file size or whatever. Here, you can have this. Do they tell you the difference between the files? I don't think so. I think they just told me like or maybe it was an older one that they only told me the difference of the date. That was it. And I was like, okay, I'll go for the one that's more up to date. Like, I thought that one was because if you don't know, Sword and Shield had I don't want to say a bug, because I don't think it was a bug. probably an intended feature of some sort, but it functioned strangely like a bug. But pretty much you can change your Nintendo Switch clock and it would reset a Dynamax then, pretty much. If you go online but not online, if that makes sense. Anyway, so pretty much you could go and continue changing it so that you would get a new Dynamax den each and every time. So pretty much I was always like in the future, pretty much, or I was in the past or something like that, something like that. And it was always very strange for me to go and end up like playing games and such like that, because they would say, hey, something's wrong with your time. Or hey, yeah, it's been like, 3 months since the last time you played. It's like, it's been 2 days. Like, what are you talking about? 3 months? It's like, oh yeah, my Switch clock. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go turn off cloud saves because I'm getting sick and tired of it just complaining that, hey, it's been 3 days. You might want to go and use cloud saves and stuff like that. So no. So if I want to use cloud saves, I'm going to use them myself. And while some people would argue that I should definitely use cloud saves, especially now or whatever, but most of the games that I would use cloud saves for don't actually use cloud saves. So hooray. So majority of the Pokemon games, I don't know if there's might be one that might allow. I think Legends Arceus might allow it. I'm not 100% sure. But I definitely know for like Sword, Shield, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I'm pretty sure Scarlet and Violet would probably follow under the same bracket. And same thing with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which I'm pretty sure Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl technically should just be like not even a Pokemon game in general. I'm pretty sure they probably don't allow you to have cloud saves. And there's also a Yu-Gi-Oh game on the thing, which is the most stupidest thing ever. So this is the first game I've ever seen this happen, and I don't know if there's any other game that has this same level of functionality or the same level of like dumb interactions with the Switch. And I think it's just because like it was a console port from the PlayStation 4, Xbox One kind of thing, and they just ported it over to Nintendo Switch, not implementing Nintendo Switch like features to it. But they just wanted to say that, hey, yeah, our game's also for the Nintendo Switch. It's like, look, it's here. It's like, yeah, does it function like every other Nintendo Switch game? What are you talking about? Anyway, so pretty much what this game has is that like, it's funny though, because for one, it doesn't allow cloud saves like all the Pokemon games, which is fine, Pokemon games and Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe they have some kind of symbiotic relationship for that. But not only that, at the very least, for Pokemon games, you can transfer it from console to console. So like how for my Sword and Shield, I was able to transfer it from my old Nintendo Switch to my new one, or my current one, pretty much. So I was very happy about that. But you know what? One game I couldn't transfer my save from my old to my new, my Yu-Gi-Oh save, because for some odd reason it doesn't recognize that it can switch from console to console. And I wonder if it's because it's stuck towards the whole same thing that it does for Xbox and PlayStation. So when you load up the game, it doesn't ask you which account you want to load up right off the bat. It boots up the game right to normal. So that's awesome. That's an amazing feature to have. And then when you hit press start to like get to the menu or whatever, that's when it asks you what account you want to register as. Which, in my humble opinion, that's very good. That's a very I don't want to say intuitive system, but that's a very nice system to have. But unfortunately, this very nice system doesn't interact well with the Nintendo Switch because it doesn't recognize that. So pretty much to the Nintendo Switch, it doesn't recognize that the save that's under my profile is under my profile. So instead, it doesn't recognize that at all. So it skips it along. Which is very sad, but hey, there's nothing much I can do about that. So literally, I had to replay the entire game again. But at the very least, with the homebrew Switch, though, if I want to play it again, I don't have to worry about resetting all my stuff again nearly as much. I think that game would probably be the only one I would cheat for. And that's because like I just want to play the game the way that I want to play it instead of just having to rely on playing the campaign and stuff like that. And it's not a bad game that like I would tell you like, hey, it's not worth playing. It's more so the like it's a game that's it's fun, but you also need to make sure though like yeah, like it's fun though, but like how do you explain it though? It's fun the first time. And it's fun to make those gimmick funny decks kind of thing that's like hey, yeah, like this one's like every time I gain life points, I get like all these bonus effects kind of thing. And your opponent goes, "Oh my word, like we're going to be here forever pretty much." Like, "Oh, I gained 1 life point. Now you got to watch me draw a card, inflict 500 points of damage to you, draw an extra card because I inflicted damage to you, and each and every time I draw, I gain extra life points. Oh, hey, look, its cycle repeats again." Like that's the kind of thing though that like like those kind of gimmick decks are very fun to build and very fun to see how they would interact with other decks though. But like for one that I've actually seen though is that like there is a deck that can pretty much beat the entire storyline if you just build it, and it's not that difficult to build it. And it's like, okay then, like I'm just gonna go build that then. I built it my first time playing and it was fun, and then I tried to rebuild it the second time and I got the worst luck the second time because I barely got the one card I needed more. I kept getting every other card but the one I needed. It was very bad. But yeah, so once I get the homebrew console, though, pretty much, I'll be able to. I don't want to say reset, but I'll be able to be more confident in doing more of the Nintendo Switch games that I have. So, though, not only will Minecraft not be as heavy handed on my channel, and by that I mean like I won't feel as burdened by it. It's kind of like how I liked how I was doing Sercacraft with 1.16 with I think it was Borderlands, I think, where I was making Borderlands take over part way of Sercacraft. Although it gave me more options to pull on the side rather than just me having to go like, okay, I need to record Sercacraft, I need to record Sercacraft, and then record Sercacraft, and it's like it feels rushed. It doesn't feel like I was having a great time and all that stuff, and then it's just hassle. It's kind of like some of the parts that happened with Pokemon Insurgents as well. There was a couple sessions in there that were only 4 videos length, so about an hour and 4 minutes, pretty much. And for those ones, again, I was getting used to having a different schedule in my life. So I was thinking though that like I would have more time to do videos and such like that because I would have more time on the weekend, I think, to go and record. And then when the weekend shows around, I don't feel like it. Or I have tomorrow to deal with it. And then again, tomorrow rolls around, same idea. I don't feel like doing it, so I'm gonna go pull it, push it to the side, push it to the side, push it to the side, and then eventually it becomes like, okay, I need to do two. I like, I'm sorry for the random, for the random like 4 video session, but like I need Pokemon Insurgents episodes, so I needed to go and do certain things, and then I kept repeating that over and over again, and then I think it got to Borderlands 3 once or twice. And the reason why I hated doing that during those times was because like I was using the old microphone, which takes up background noise like crazy. And I have someone that lives close to me that likes to put their TV very, very loud. So I was like, oh, I either have to keep on speaking or I have to tell them to pretty much turn the TV off. Like I have to kick them off the TV pretty much. And I can't really do that. So it's like, well, I'm in a pickle right now. Like, so I had to chance it pretty much. And literally, I kid you not, though, while I was recording those, I had my fingers crossed the entire time that the TV show was never heard. And thankfully, it wasn't. Like, even though I had my door closed and it muffled the TV enough, I was still dreading the fact that you guys could still hear the TV show. You might, but I was very good at making sure though like they were done pretty much. And the only way that like I could have done a perfect recording without having to deal with them is if I waited long, but I got less sleep. Like I got less like I was able to sure I could have recorded like 6 or 8 videos, but like I would have less sleep for me to go deal with my schedule tomorrow pretty much. And it's like I can't do that. And again, was it my fault to do that? Yeah, but like, you know what though? Like for the weekend I was just having, my own kind of fun though. So I was having a blast. It's like I was having fun. Like, like am I doing oh maybe it wasn't Borderlands. Maybe it was Nayrum. It might have been Nayrum that had that problem too. I don't know. But Nayrum had so many problems when I was recording it too, so they kind of just like probably just went into the background to be honest. Nayrum was always the one that I always dreaded recording because each and every time I would play for about every time I would play a session, I always get like I was always like dreading the fact that the game would crash and I would have a very sad time because it would crash. And I'm not even like joking though too. I'm being actually serious about that too. Like I always dreaded recording Neighbor because like every time it crashed, it always created so much more issues for me that I would always be angry later on. And because of the fact that like Nehrum was always that one series that I always like Nehrum was always the one Oblivion mod that I always wanted to play, but like if I would have known about all these issues I would have had, I probably would have just said, "Yeah, no. I don't want to play it anymore." Like it's not worth all the headache of me trying to figure out why the game keeps crashing and all that stuff, even though I strictly remember it saying like it had some improvements from the original mod. So apparently, according to that, the improvements from the original mod were we're gonna break a lot more often than anything, and I'm just like, okay, like, and that makes it better. Like, how? Yeah, I'll keep that actually. You can have this. But yeah, like I had a like, did I have a fun time playing Nayrum? Yes, but did I also have a frustrating time of just getting it edited and ready to go? Of course I did. Oh, I did it again. Dang it, man. That torch would make it harder for me to break them. Apparently not. But yeah, like Nayrum was always one of the series that I hated the most. And same thing with there was another one too. Like Borderlands 3, I always lost myself playing it. And I mean, same thing with Nayrum, but Nayrum was a lot harder to sort of justify it because of the fact that it kept on crashing for no reason. Like Name kept crashing for no reason, and it's like, okay, I have no idea why this game keeps crashing because it shouldn't. It is a game from 2006, and it's functioning like a game from like, well, technically a game from 2006, but like for a computer from 2006. And it's like this computer's not from that because all the parts are way newer than that. So I was like, what the heck is going on here? Like, I'm confused. Like, why is my computer functioning like this? And then I got no answer because obviously I'm talking to myself. And again, the same idea kind of like applies whenever I try, like, that's the one of the main reasons why I don't go more than like like not 2 or 3 games, but the main reason why I don't go like more than 3 games whenever I am trying to figure out of series that I want to play is because again, I don't want to be overburdened by the fact that like I need to replay this one game. So if I want to play Borderlands 3, it'll be because I want to play Borderlands 3. If I want to play Nayrum, it'll be because I want to play Nayrum. If I want to play like a horror game, it's going to be because I want to play that horror game. It's not going to be because like, oh, this will make your channel very popular and stuff like that. That's not the reason why I play these games. Like I play Oblivion because I find it's very fun. I don't care like if random other YouTubers or random other people are playing it too, and they're making the game much more popular. You know what I'm doing? I'm just enjoying a game that I played when I was a kid. That's all I'm doing. It's like the same thing of playing Pokemon games too. Like a lot of people will probably end up telling me that like, oh, I'm copying this one Pokemon YouTuber because like they're playing the same Pokemon game as me, and I'm gonna be like, dude, it's a Pokemon game. Although I gotta say though, I am very surprised though that I didn't get a lot of people commenting on one of my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond videos because I kid you not, I had the whole legendary for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl video planned. I had it planned for a weekend, I think, and I can't remember exactly which weekend it was, but it was like a weekend, and I was like, okay, you know what? I got it planned. It's all uploaded. It's all ready to go. Literally within the same day, same hour, whatever you want to call it, a PokeTuber that I was watching for some videos, pretty much, uh, had the same idea and uploaded his videos the same day for all of the legendaries. And I was so angry because it's like, it's almost like like, he broke into my house pretty much and like took my upload schedule. And it's like, even though I don't have it written down or anything like that though, but it kind of looks like he did. Like his videos were probably I don't remember if I watched them or not, but they're probably more well done than mine. But still, like it literally looked like he came into like my house, stole my upload schedule, and said, "Hey, that's a nice upload schedule. I'm gonna use it from my channel." I was like, "Wait, what?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna use it from my channel," and he did. He uploaded the same day. I'm not saying he actually did that, but like it looked like he did that, and I was like, "Oh my word." But it was just so surprising. I was like so pissed off, so pissed that like this guy had the same idea as me. It's like brilliant minds, man, brilliant minds. He probably has never heard of my channel though, still. But like, yeah, like we had the same upload schedule too for the whole legendary thing. I don't remember if he uploaded all in one day though. I think I uploaded all mine in one day. Either I uploaded all mine in one day or over the weekend. And I think he uploaded all in one day or over the weekend as well. Ooh, I need you. All right, well, looks like we can give Lord Cube the Sniffer egg. I'm pretty sure this is probably what he's looking for. It's an ancient creature. It's in its egg form, which is one of the requirements. Give me 1 second. Oh, come on, man. Seriously? The only thing I have to do is I have to upgrade this drive, man. I have to upgrade the drive I'm using specifically for everything. Okay. I gotta go remote in. Actually, I can remote in from the tablet. Let's do it. That the tablet's gonna be any good, though. Where is the button for it? There it is. Come on. All right, well, the tablet is frozen, apparently. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go like that. 264. 498. And well, bam, there we go. Yeah, I think my tablet is frozen. All right, let's just go drop this off and then that'll be it. Come on. Let's go grab that. There we go. Now we can do some free skips all the way up to here. And since we dropped the netherite block here, we'll drop the sniffer egg there. Yeah, I'll have to probably ask my friend if he has any sniffer eggs, though I can build a spot somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so that's gonna be it for now. Next time, hopefully, we'll get a message back from Lord Cube. That's interesting. Why is it? Oh, it's because of my torch, isn't it? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so I'll see you guys next time for some more Sercacraft.